Gloucester's architectural gem is St Peter's Abbey, which in 1541 became Gloucester Cathedral. William the Conqueror appointed Serlo, a monk from Mont St Michel in Normandy, to build this magnificent abbey church, which he began in 1089. Over the years, it has undergone many changes and additions. The most impressive of these is the central tower. It is 225 feet tall and patterned all over with tiers of pinnacled and crocketed blank arcading, together with 2 tiers of bell openings. Above these is a filigree of pierced parapet and battlement corner pinnacles, which provide an eminently satisfying flourish to the top. The south port provides the everyday entrance to the cathedral, and the figures above the door depict the 4 evangelists, plus St Peter and St Paul. To the right of the porch is the south aisle, which is the only West Country decorated style in the cathedral. This is shown by the windows being profusely decorated by ball flowers. Niches can be seen at the top of the south aisle. These all originally contained statues of benefactors, but sadly only 2 remain. Hopefully this situation may be rectified once the restoration of the south aisle has been completed. The south transept retains much of the original Norman stonework, but the window was remodelled in the Perpendicular style and is the earliest surviving example in England. Built into the wall of the transept is a diagonal buttress to support the tower. The majestic Perpendicular choir has a clerestory of 5 bold 4 light windows, and also 5 rectangular windows. It culminates in the magnificent east window, which is the largest Gothic window ever built. In front of the window is the Lady Chapel, which is almost detached in order not to reduce light to the east window. The ceremonial entrance to the cathedral is the west door, with quarter-foiled heraldry in its spandrels. Above the door is the west window, the feature of which are the 2 flying buttresses and dainty turrets. The west door entrance leads directly to the nave with its huge Norman columns. There are 7 bays, and above each bay is a triforium with 2 double openings. The original Norman vault was destroyed by fire in 1242, and the one that replaced it is completely different to the original, which would have been more like the one that still exists in the north aisle. The wall of the south transept is Norman, with a skin of early Perpendicular panelling. The east wall is paired with the entrance to the Chapel of St Andrew, which has painted walls and vault. These were restored in 1996. Above the entrance is a huge flying buttress built to support the tower. Also accessed from the south transept is the crypt, and here can be found much of the original Norman stonework. Small chapels lead off the walkway, and this one is home to a Victorian font, which is no longer used. In the centre of the crypt are 2 rows of Norman pillars, which have been replaced by new ones containing a steel core. At the west end of the choir is the organ, which stands on a bridge between the nave and choir. Organ was built in 1665 and was last restored in 1971. At the sides of the choir are the bishop's throne and mayor's stall, which together with the encaustic tiled floor were installed around 1870. Looking up, we see that the choir vault is a mesh of learns, dotted with bosses and supported by triple ribs. Behind the altar is the east window, which has the largest area of stained glass in England. The background of the main tiers are alternatively red and blue, with double red in the centre. At the top is St Clement, enthroned as Pope. On the cradle is a stone effigy of Abbot Serlo, the founder of the abbey, whilst on the north side is the tomb of Robert Curthose, Duke of Normandy, and the eldest son of William the Conqueror. But perhaps the most famous tomb is that of King Edward II, who died in 1327. At the entrance to the Lady Chapel is a Norman lead font, given to the cathedral in 1940. At the far end, the northeast chantry chapel contains stained glass in memory of the crew from HMS Gloucester, who were killed in action. The galleries at either side of the cathedral are linked by bridges, and these are known as the Whispering Gallery. The cloisters are probably the most memorable in England and have the earliest surviving fan vaulting in the country. They are built as a rectangular walkway with 10 bays of perpendicular windows, all with central Y-shaped mullions. The north walk contained a fan vaulted lavatorium with a trough that originally contained a lead tank. Here the monks washed, and the wastewater was then piped to an outside drain. The cloister garden provides a quiet haven in the centre of Gloucester, where shoppers and visitors can come for a picnic. Whilst outside the cathedral, a young family rests beneath its walls. Hopefully, many generations to come will also be able to enjoy Gloucester's architectural gem.